episode 614 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. You're listening to a podcast that's for you if you play Magic the Gathering. Whether you live in the United States of America and are a registered voter or not, we're here for you.
I'm one of your hosts, a registered voter, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, registered voter, Megan. And to be clear, the only reason you shouldn't be a registered voter is because you legally cannot be yet.
Otherwise,
if you're not a registered voter for any other reason, please stop that and start voting.
Yay, voting! Megan, what's that sticker you're wearing?
I early voted on my way here today.
What? It was so fast that you could do it on your way to work?
I did. I went on my way to work.
Wow, I suppose it's not that fast everywhere, but in Minnesota, hey, thumbs up. We have great polling locations.
Yeah, we really do. It was so quick.
Yeah.
It was, and you know what? It was a nice time.
How did you feel when you were casting your vote?
Grim and ready.
That's how I order my coffee in the morning.
How would you like that? Grim and ready, buddy. Thank you.
I love voting so much. It's like legit one of my favorite activities.
I just feel like I'm just like buckling down, right?
Yeah.
I feel buckled the F down.
You're buckled up and ready to go.
Yes.
Everyone, we would so very much love you to vote if you're in the U.S. here on Good Luck High Five. We highly advocate
and
for
honestly,
it.
if you're in other places, vote in your elections. We just don't know when they are.
Apparently Canada had something recently.
Oh, yeah. They had their municipal elections.
Good job, Canadians. You voted, I guess.
Their province elections, municipal. I don't remember which one it was.
We know everything about Canada.
We know everything about Canada. Good Luck High Five. We know everything about Canada.
Yes. And if for some reason you don't feel like voting this time around, just do it for me and Megan, okay?
Do it for us.
Specifically us, but
specifically us.
Women in general.
Of people, but also specifically the two of us.
I love voting. My husband sent some voting postcards out by mail and mailed one to our house, and I got it today. And it was
like mailed one to you all?
Yes.
That's cute.
And it says, "Hi, remember to vote. Love, Will."
Aw. That's really cute, actually.
Yeah, it was very cute. It's just like, I don't know. I cry every time I do it, basically. I just love democracy. God. Anyway, let's hope we're this happy on the episode next week.
Well, we're recording it ahead of time, so we're not going to know.
We won't know. So maybe we'll just be in our blissful little bubble.
Wow.
Yeah. So everyone, please do so. This is the Good Luck High Five voting episode.
Yeah.
Not really. We're going to talk about other stuff. But
we have a new patron, and their name is Mostly Jank Says Go Vote.
Yay! Mostly Jank Says Go Vote. Thank
you so much. Okay. First, thank you to all of the ways that this podcast happens and all the people who make it happen.
Yes.
First and foremost amongst them are patrons, but it was such a good segue that I had to say thank you to new patron, Mostly Jank Says Go Vote.
You know what? Even if you're Mostly Jank and even if you're the most blinged out modern deck you've ever seen, you can vote.
You vote.
That's the beauty of voting.
That's what's great.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Mostly Jank. You can become a new patron and get a shout out if you donate at $5 a month or more, or if you increase your pledge by any dollar amount. You can get access to early episode releases, ad-free episodes, or Discord.
And remember, Mostly Jank Says Go Vote reminds you that you can mostly bank your vote by voting early.
Yay! There you go. Thought we forgot the pun.
No, I didn't.
And we didn't.
Maria did.
I forgot the pun. Patreon.com/GLHF Magic. On the show today, we're going to be talking about all of the new stuff that just got released for Magic in the year 2025 coming up.
Yeah.
Like a whole bunch of stuff is happening. Some huge changes were announced that a lot of people are, capital B, capital M, big mad about. But we're going to get into it.
Say big mad, capital B, capital M before you said capital B, capital M.
Yes, yeah.
All right, big mad.
I really wanted to emphasize it. But we're going to tell you what we think about everything that's coming down the pipe in 2025, the changes that have been announced, and how our time was at MagicCon Vegas and the World Championship.
Yes.
A whole bunch of stuff happened, everybody. So stick with us this episode. You're going to want to buckle up because we got a lot of knowledge ready for your ear holes,
Thank you as well to our sponsor, Card Kingdom, cardkingdom.com/GLHF. If you watched the World Championship and were like, this standard format seems sick. One, it really does.
You're right.
Seems very sick. And hey, I would like to play some of these standard decks. Go on over to cardkingdom.com/GLHF, the best place to get those cards.
Hey man, this standard format's going to be legal for about 1,000 years. So
1 million years. You can play whatever standard deck you like until the end of time.
Yes. You can also pre-order Foundations, which is having its previews out there right now. If you pre-order them, they ship to you on the day that they are released from Card Kingdom. So you can get in there, get your stuff ordered, and get it shipped out to you on the very day that it comes out. That is expediency, but not Expedia. That's a different company.
No. Wait. Expedia.com.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
It's not that. It's
not that.
cardkingdom.com.
It's cardkingdom.com
/GLHF.
/GLHF.
Thank you as well to sponsor Dragon Shield.
Yay!
We got to hang out at their booth at MagicCon Vegas, and it was just such a lovely time.
It was great.
Our friends Quest for the Jank Lord were there as well.
Yeah, all the coolest people, one place. What?
It was just so nice. We love them so much. They're so cute. Dragon Shield is great.
Yeah, we had a great time. Thank you if you came up and said high five to us, got a signature on your cards or your playmat or whatever. We loved meeting you. It's so wonderful to be able to get out there and meet people at these events, which we were given the opportunity to do, released from our World Championship cage, to come and say hi.
Yes, in part thanks to Dragon Shield.
Because of Dragon Shield.
Support them, supporting us, getting out there.
They have some super sick cards sleeves on their website right now.
Yes.
We saw a bunch of them. Their line was very long at the con. They've got a whole bunch of different colors,
they had some
different
great
special
pins
sleeves,
for the con.
You got a deck box.
I did get a deck box. It's great.
Yeah.
It folds in a way that feels like it geometrically should not be able to.
Math.
It's wild. It's very cool. I folded it, and Corbin, who was sitting next to me, was like, "It's not." No, Caroline was like, "It's not doing that."
And you're like, yeah.
And I was like, it is.
Yeah, it is. This deck box is magical.
It's very cool.
Use the link if you want to buy Dragon Shield in our show notes or under the video today, and you can use the code GLHF at checkout for 5% off.
Maria, I'm gonna make people listen to me talk about something first.
Oh, okay, great.
I wasn't here last week.
Megan segue.
I wasn't here last week because my cat died.
Yes. The producers know that, but nobody else does.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now you all know. It's really awful. That's all I'm going to really say about it. I miss my cat so much. I miss her every single stinking day.
Yeah.
And pretty much every minute of that day. It really sucks to remember, be in my apartment and have the impulse to do all of the things, watch out under my feet when I'm in the kitchen.
God.
Or give her medicine before I go to bed, or fill her food dish, or look for her in the morning. And I just want to say, hey, anyone who's lost a pet, or anyone very beloved to you, I see you. It really freaking sucks.
And a lot of people, a lot of our listeners have heard Molly on this show many a time.
Yes, many of you all knew Molly and have heard her say meow, which was her favorite thing to say.
It's her favorite word.
It's her favorite word. She did also really like purring.
Yeah,
but that's less of a word and more of a humming, I suppose. So yeah, thank you all for knowing Molly and listening to her say meow sometimes on this show.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Molly misses you too. And we all miss Molly. And hopefully, I don't know, we can all just remember her meow.
If you hear this,
in our ears.
Just think of a little gray tortoise shell for a second. She's really cute.
Really cute.
All right, Maria, we can talk about Magic the Gathering now.
Okay. Hey, we're back for MagicCon Vegas. We got in last night, and we are mostly alive. You got in the morning.
Are we?
Yeah, we were on a different flight. You didn't have to wake up that early. I thought you were going to have to wake up at 5 to get back, but you didn't.
I woke up at 7:30.
Yeah, that's okay.
Here's my question, though.
Yeah.
What happened at the airport?
Oh, some plane couldn't take off.
What?
It was going to take off, and then it had to come back down, I think.
Why?
This is gossip. I don't know the.
I love calling it gossip.
This is airport
gossip. Oh my goodness! Did you hear that plane couldn't take off, and then it had to come back down?
Yeah, and so there's a huge delay. They had to send in emergency services apparently, and yeah, it just slowed things down coming out of eggs. Wow. So I don't know what happened, but I will confidently state incorrect facts like I know them. No, but my plane took off on time, so it was fine.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah. What a weekend.
What a weekend.
What a weekend. I think, how many people were there, Megan?
I want to say, like, I heard that 17,000 tickets were sold.
Jeez Louise, that's a lot of human beings.
That's so many people. And you could tell, you walked into the venue and like if you took a photo of the venue, you could really only capture about a quarter of it. And even that one quarter, you send you look at the photo and you're like, that is enormous.
Yeah.
And that is one quarter of the venue size.
It was huge. It was 2 floors in the Las Vegas Convention Center. People wall to wall, it felt like.
Yes. It was wild.
But it just seemed so like there was so much going on. You could do whatever you wanted.
Literally, you could do anything almost.
I took a couple laps around the room. I went shopping. I bought this deck box. No big deal.
Yeah, tell us about this deck box.
Look
Maria.
at it. Isn't it so cool? It's magnets.
Really
it has a little dice thing.
Oh.
And it has this card for your commander that's magnetic.
Wow.
And you can put it back on. Speaking of cool things you could do, well, you might ask what commander is sitting in my deck box right now.
Maria, what commander is sitting in your deck box right now?
It's none other than the Majestic Duo.
Say what?
This is a card from Gavin Verhey's Unknown event that he runs at these cons, and that prints new fun cards to be used. That's opened in convention mystery booster convention packs or whatever the hell they're called. We are represented.
These ones are only specifically from the Unknown event.
From the Unknown event specifically.
All right, tell us more.
He makes creators their cards, and we didn't have one up until now. We are a 2/2. Makes sense. We are Simic, 2 green-blue, legendary creature, human wizard. It has a little R, so I wonder if that means we're rare.
I think that we're rare.
Okay, sick. When the Majestic Duo enters, if you don't control another permanent named the Majestic Duo, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's not legendary. It has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card and earnestly tell them good luck. It loses all other abilities. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you and that player may each put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield, offer them a high five.
Cute.
Yay! I'm so happy to be immortalized on a card.
Yeah, it's really cool.
There we are. And it's a sick card.
I also really love that it makes a token copy of it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's representative of the fact that I often get called Maria and you often get called Megan.
Including this weekend.
Yes.
It happened.
I often get people calling you Megan to me.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that me.
But we are one card.
Yes, we are.
The Majestic Duo, if you will.
So cool.
Which was very cool. And a bunch of creators got cards this weekend, like our friends from Loading Ready Run, and they were very excited to play with them. So if you played with this, we would love to know what your experience was like casting this bad boy.
Seems like a powerful card.
For real.
I'm just going to say.
And we were like, hey, could we play with this card? Because can we earnestly tell our opponent good luck? That's like...
We were like working. And it's not that we don't wish luck upon others.
But it's, you know...
It's that it's hard to say
it and sound real.
Okay, Maria, go for it. Give it your best try.
We decided you can't say hey before.
You cannot say hey before it. It really destroys it immediately.
Hey, good luck. Like that doesn't sound okay.
For some reason, hey.
Right.
Okay. Here you go. Yeah.
Good luck.
Wow.
I didn't believe it.
That felt weird.
I didn't believe it.
I didn't quite believe it either.
Okay, you go.
Here we go. Good luck.
All right, I got a 7 out of 10.
I didn't feel like I sold it.
And it has to be earnest. It has to be earnest.
Good luck.
That's what the card says.
I feel like but you have to be earnest, but you can't emphasize it. Like right in this case, earnest does not mean emphasis. Because if you emphasize it, you sound disingenuous immediately.
You're right. That's a great point.
Hey. Good luck.
No, you said hey.
I'm just trying to let the listeners know. Like, look, if you say hey beforehand, it doesn't work out.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Ooh, no, mine was bad.
Good luck. Oh my gosh. This is really falling apart.
We are incapable of sounding earnest.
Good luck.
Telling somebody good luck.
Okay,
We're too
I feel
competitive.
like I just have to
we
yell
are
it.
too competitive.
Good luck.
Well,
what?
We'll have to have somebody judge a third party whether or not we can do this if we play this card.
Good luck.
In a game of command. Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
I believe that one.
I meant it. I mean it. It's just hard to say it that way.
Yeah. Sure. So that was very, very cool. One of the cool things you could do this weekend. I went shopping, like when I bought this deck box. I got some cool stuff. And an RTFC card sticker from Cedric's company here. Reading the card explains the card. Read the fun card, I think is what this stands for.
Absolutely. Read the fun card.
The friendly card, perhaps. Got some dice.
Ooh, Maria,
what?
I got some little okay, there is a company there.
Oh, yeah.
That's new.
New company alert.
New company. And they make these little, like, kind of like the silica packs.
Do not eat packets.
The do not eat packets. They make the do not eat packets, except you can eat them. No, that is not what I'm saying. Okay. I need to tell you immediately that was a joke. Don't eat the silica
Don't
packets.
eat the packets.
Don't eat the packets.
You know what? Just straight up never eat a packet.
Yeah, unless it's ramen.
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose, but you don't want to eat it in the packet.
No, you don't want to eat the packet.
I was going to say a hot pocket. You can eat a pocket of various kinds.
Oh, that's true. You can eat, but that's not the same.
Once you get an A in there.
Okay, so these are meant to, like, if you put them in like a jar or a little sealed container with foils, it will create a specifically like exactly 65% humidity.
Wow.
Which is correct for uncurling foils, so it will flatten out your foils.
Have you tried it yet?
I haven't tried it yet.
I have a sample too. I really want to try it.
Me too.
Because I've got
very
some
excited.
cards I need to uncurl. Okay.
Same.
All right. So that's pretty cool. We had a listener and friend of the show, EK Plays, make us some Tarmogoyf tokens. Have you seen these, everybody?
Oh, they're so cute. It's a Tarmogoyf eating pickles out of a jar, and it says pickles.
Yeah, because of Pickle Abs, the mnemonic, I don't know what you want to say, to remember how to stat your Tarmogoyf that Judge Rob gave us on an episode.
Yeah.
Which is very helpful. So these are very cute and cool, and we need to get more of them.
Remember, the P in pickles stands for pizza, the first card type.
We learned that. I want to give a shout out to Gamers Haunt. I got a card here from this game store in Asheville that's run by a woman. And they had some trouble, of course, during the flooding that hit Asheville.
Specifically, not just...
a tree that hit their store.
I was going to say a tree fell through the roof.
Yep. So they say they're rebuilding and they're going to come back. And I'm so excited to go and visit them when they're back on their feet. It was wonderful to meet you, and check them out if you are in the Asheville area and give them any help you can, because they seem awesome. It was a blast all around, and we haven't even touched on the World Championship, which was an incredible tournament.
Oh, it was so good. Duskborn Draft, A+ draft.
A++.
It's so good.
It's a great format. You can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want.
It don't matter.
And standard. There are some cool decks.
There really were.
And nothing like ran away with it.
It was very funny before the tournament. So this is the first big standard tournament for a long time, since April.
Yeah.
And the first one's post-rotation. And when I talked to players before the event started at the player party, they're all like, there's 113 players. They're all, I swear to God, every person I talked to was like, we broke the deck. My team broke the deck. And
everyone believed they had
they had broken it. So I was really ready to see who was right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that there were definitely some people who were right, and there were definitely some people who were wrong.
Correct. I think the best, most represented deck was the Azorius Oculus deck, I believe. Best performing, most represented.
Yes, it was the best performing, most represented deck.
Right. So that one's a good one.
Very impressive.
If you're all out there looking for one.
and Shota Yasuoka both had some really cool innovation on that.
Yeah. So check out Ely's deck or Shota's deck, which we think were kind of the strongest decks of the tournament.
Yes. It's very funny that some of Team Channel Fireball was on Golgari Ramp. Some of the people who thought that they broke it, they did not.
No, it didn't do so hot.
That deck had a 40% win rate.
Yikes! Oh, that's
that
painful.
Including the performance of Seth Manfield, who made it into the top 8.
I mean,
because it's Seth Manfield, so he can win just kind of with
truly,
whatever.
Sometimes you are just that good.
Exactly. Seth Manfield, good enough that he can make the top 8 with a deck that otherwise had a 40% win rate.
Wowza.
And if you took, can you imagine if you took Seth's games away from that? It's like 30%.
Oh, tragedy.
If you remove the outlying factor, which is Seth Manfield, 30% win rate for Golgari Ramp.
Can you imagine being that good at
Heinously
Magic?
bad.
For 1 second, can you imagine getting a deck that let's just say it has a
no one else can play. Literally everyone else
35% win rate or whatever.
Terrible, and you top 8
and you
with
can
it.
still top 8.
You're
with
like,
it.
all right, here we go.
That's unreal.
It absolutely is.
That skill level. We had some great matches.
Yeah. People were upset to not get to see the Teamer Prowess deck.
Oh, yeah, from Sanctum.
From Sanctum of All on stream, but unfortunately, that deck did not do too well.
Yeah, the team came together afterwards. They're another team who thought they broke it.
Yes.
And they are such an innovative team. Definitely one we are going to keep watching,
and the
because
deck
seriously,
looks really cool.
They said they think the reason it didn't perform so well was because it is incredibly difficult to pilot.
Yeah.
And so they said it wasn't very forgiving of play mistakes.
Yeah.
And well, if you mess up on a tricky combo deck like that, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
just kind of in trouble.
So I want to see.
You can lose games to yourself.
So I want to see, moving forward, are people able to learn it and iterate on it maybe and see if it can get a better win rate?
Yeah,
You're a combo player. You were interested.
I do love combo, and I am interested, but also I will make the play mistakes.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll make the mistakes.
Don't give me that deck.
Are there mistakes? I can make them.
Was I daydreaming about a flower? Probably. Yeah. Did I mess up? I lost. Whoops.
Maria, there is so much news out of the World Championship that we haven't even said some of the biggest news.
Who won it?
Well, that also, but that isn't even, Maria, that's not even what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Which is that Kai Buddha was back in the top 8.
Yes, Kai Buddha was there in the top 8.
Absolutely incredible.
Kai Buddha, if you're unaware, everybody, he's the winningest player in the game of Magic the Gathering. Back in the olden days, meaning the early 90s, Kai was on a rampage. Nobody could touch him. He has 7 major titles. He's won the World Championship. He won it back in 1999. He won Player of the Year 4 years. The trophy is now named after him.
Yes.
And I'm going to say this. He's the winningest, most decorated player in Magic the Gathering, and nobody will ever beat him.
Yeah.
Ever in the history of the game. That's my claim, and I think I feel extremely safe saying that. So to have him back, in the top 8 again was phenomenal.
Absolutely.
He lost in the quarters, unfortunately.
He did. But you know what? Great player.
Yeah, great
Incredible player. Who won it? None other than Javier Dominguez.
Javier Dominguez.
Maria, I will say he did it exactly the way he has top-8'd every tournament. Like, he has done exceptionally well in every single event this year.
Yep.
And every time, no one knows it until the end.
Yeah.
Because he started out 2-2, and he was like, wow, hope I can salvage this.
Yeah.
That is the way it has gone every tournament.
Well, he salvaged it, I'll tell you that.
Guess what? He won.
He won the whole thing. Javier's the worst finish in this professional play season was 10th. So...
He obviously won Player of the Year. Congratulations, Javier.
He did.
It was very exciting because he and Seth Manfield, by the time the top 8 was happening, were the only 2 players left who could claim the title.
Yep.
Simon Nielsen had been leading the field coming into this, and while he was doing really well, he ended up not making the top 8.
Yeah, I was sad about that.
I know, same. But Javier and Seth then played in the semifinals, and it was a great match. It was so good.
It was really good.
We got to watch Javier mill Seth across in 2 different games.
Love a mill kill.
So fun. It was really excellent.
So Player of the Year means that you have gotten the most points, i.e. done the best across every tournament of the season of everybody.
And guess what? If the worst that you did is 10th,
you probably win.
You probably are Player of the Year. Although, notably, Seth Manfield, pretty stinking close. Pretty stinking close.
Yeah.
Which really says something.
And because Javier won the World Championship, not only does he get $100,000, and I'm not talking about the candy bar, he also gets his face on a Magic card. Again.
Because he is already fervent champion.
That's right. So what is he going to choose this time?
I don't know. I'm very excited to find out.
I know.
That's very cool.
He was a very aggressive card before with Fervent Champion. So is he going to do that again?
I don't know.
We'll find out. I think that's pretty cool. Nobody has their face on 2 cards.
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet. Not until now.
Now. Maria, you picked Simon Nielsen to win.
I did. I feel good about that choice.
That was a great pick. I was just sad that I did not get to pick.
Yeah.
Because
I know who you were going to pick.
I came into it with 2 options that I thought were the obvious 2 options.
Yep.
Simon was actually a close third, and I put him up there.
Yeah.
But I said the Wednesday before the tournament, I was like, there were 2 options in my mind.
Yeah.
Which is Johnny Manuel Duprat, who I pick again.
Yep.
And Javier Dominguez.
For sure, Javier. I think Javier would have been a very, very good pick.
Like, I was very close to picking Javier because I was like, do you know what? He's done it every time.
Yeah, why not?
He's just done it every time. Why not this? Like, why not one more time?
Simon, unfortunately, was undone by his standard deck, which he didn't do so hot with. But he did 6-0 draft.
Yeah.
And was the only player to 6-0 draft, too,
very cool.
by the way. So I still feel pretty good about that.
Still a great pick.
Tyler picked Jason Yee to win the whole thing. I believe Simon finished stronger than Jason, so I think I'd still win socks.
Yeah. Wow, Tyler's now in the sock world.
Yeah, I inducted him into the Sock Bet Hall of Fame, which is us.
Wow.
The 3 of us.
The 3 of us. What about Marshall? Marshall's original sock bet.
Oh, yeah, Marshall was the original sock bet. Okay, he can be in there. But yeah, it was a thrilling tournament. I had a number of people say to me that weekend, like, oh, I wish I could watch it, but I'm here at the con. Well, I suggest you go back and watch it. It's truly an excellent production.
There's some really great Magic being played.
For sure. And it's really exciting because now we're done with the season. We wrapped it up. We can start it all over again.
Yeah.
Coming up next year with Chicago being the first location in February of the Pro Tour and MagicCon. In Chicago in February. You might be asking yourself, what were they thinking?
They got so lucky last year that they were like, yeah, let's run it back. It's going to be bad.
I tell
this
you,
winter is going to
one
be
of these times,
every Minnesotan that I've talked to
gonna
is like,
snowstorm.
I feel it in my bones. This is going to be a bad winter. And I think that they're right. I feel it in my bones.
Have you heard that on Halloween? Okay, and every good Minnesotan worth their salt knows about the Halloween blizzard. Okay.
Yes.
Growing up.
Which, okay. We're really getting sidetracked, but here we go.
Okay.
I did not know. I obviously, when I moved here, started hearing about the Halloween blizzard. And I was like, oh, the thing that was unique about the Halloween blizzard was that it happened on Halloween, right? Was that it was so early in the year and that it was specifically on Halloween and it ruins trick-or-treating. I did not learn until literally 2 years ago that what is unique about the Halloween blizzard was the fact that it was like 4 feet of snow.
Yes, it was 36.9 inches of snow.
It was 36.9 inches of snow, which is an ungodly amount of, like, we had blizzards that were close to that and it felt unmanageable already.
Right.
No, it was not the fact that it was on Halloween that made that blizzard famous, I found out.
No, I went trick-or-treating. My dad took us out, same as always. I'll never forget it. 1991. But they are forecasting snow again on Halloween. Today in Minneapolis, it's currently 81 degrees. It is 2 days before Halloween.
I'm going to be out of here.
So, like, what? Well, I was 81 today and it's going to snow on 2 days from now?
Yeah.
What the?
Anyway.
What were we talking about?
Snow.
The World Championship. Yeah. So
yes.
Great time. So that happened this weekend, and a whole heck of a lot more happened at MagicCon Vegas.
More happened?
Yeah, you kidding me?
Okay.
It was a wild ride. We learned a lot of stuff, and we're going to talk about 2025 and some big changes that are coming up for the game we like to call Magical Things: The Gathering. Kicking things off with coming up later this year, Foundations is next up on the schedule. I know that's 2024, so whatever, but stay with me. The pre-release for this, put on your calendars, November 8th through the 11th. So it's coming up pretty soon. Previews, like I mentioned, have already started. We tweeted out some previews yesterday, so you can go and check those out. Some pretty cool cards. The idea behind Foundations is that it's a very simple, straightforward set. Good to get, it's like the core sets of old, if you will.
Yeah.
Get new players into the game, but still has something there for entrenched. That sounds negative. Entrenched players. We're in the trenches with the game. Let's be real. As well. To enjoy in Foundations. So that's coming up first.
Yes.
Just wanted to say that. Now we can go through and just talk very quickly as an overview about what's coming up, and then we're going to dive into it a little bit.
So much.
2025, okay? First things first, next year is going to be Innistrad Remastered, which has pre-release events from January 17th through the 23rd, and it's going to release on January 24th.
Oh, okay, that's very exciting.
I mean, we started playing Magic in Return to Ravnica, so right after Innistrad came out, and it was like all the hotness. So I've often felt in my Magic career like I really missed out because everybody loves Innistrad, the spider spawning deck that you can draft.
Yes.
Never got to do that. So
no.
Here we get a chance.
Very exciting.
So how do you feel about Innistrad Remastered?
I love Innistrad. I like going back to Innistrad. So you know what? I'm okay with it.
Yeah, so it's just remastered.
We've been there a lot, but all right. Let's go.
They figure it out. They tweak it a little bit, and you can draft it.
Maria, you're getting more copies of Edgar Markov.
Yes.
There's some really gorgeous looking ones. I love the showcase one. The one that looks
beautiful,
like the movie poster. It's incredible. I really love it.
Yeah, they've got it looks like a secret lair treatment actually, but it's an actual card in the packs.
Wow, it does really look like it would be a secret lair.
And it's serialized as well. So I love Edgar Markov. I'm sad that he's too good. But
this is from he is what is known as the headliner card for for each Magic set, or for Innistrad, what will be known as headliners. So these are beginning with Innistrad Remastered. There's a single card from the set that has been illustrated, done with a foil treatment, and sometimes even serialized.
Yeah.
So kind of making it like the poster. Like the poster that it looks like.
The poster child of the set. Yeah. That'll be an exciting card to open for people. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm here for it. Why not? I'll play Innistrad Remastered. Twist my arm. Okay, so after Innistrad Remastered, we are going to get Aetherdrift.
Yes.
This is coming up on February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Wow.
So Aetherdrift is
Just
like...
what I want to do on Valentine's Day. Race a car.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is like if Fast and the Furious was a Magic set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I worked on this one.
Okay, so this
So
one...
I can't talk about it really.
This one says to me that there's a race and they're powered by ether. So the gas, is not what powers their magical vehicles, but it's ether.
Yeah.
From Kaladesh that you can find on Kaladesh.
Wow. Has anyone done any research on whether ether is contributing to planar warming?
I was just going to ask what the cost of ether per gallon is. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No, Maria, you have to ask the important questions.
Yeah.
Is ether contributing to planar warming?
Planar warming. We need to know. All right, somebody from Wizards has got to weigh in on this. You know what I mean? They're going to be like, no, ether is nice for the planet.
Yeah. It's fine.
And you're like, oh, man.
Okay.
Sure.
That's exactly what ExxonMobil said back in the 70s.
And they previewed a couple cards from it too.
Yes.
There's going to be some sweet vehicles in this set, no doubt. Earth Rumbler, which is 4 and a green for a 7/6 artifact vehicle. Vigilance Trample. Exile an artifact or creature card from your graveyard. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn, or you can crew 3 it.
Wow.
Sick.
Nice. This card seems really good.
Seems pretty good. That's an uncommon.
We also have Doretti Rocketeer Engineer, 4 in a red for a star 5 Goblin Artificer Legendary. Doretti's power is equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. Whenever Doretti enters or attacks, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return the chosen card to the battlefield.
And we got to see Bright Glass Gear Hulk. This costs green, white for a 4/4 mythic artifact creature construct. First strike trample. When this creature enters, you may search your library for up to 2 artifact creature or enchantment cards with mana value 1 or less. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle.
Oh, very nice.
That's all I ever want to find. 1 or less. It's too expensive otherwise.
Otherwise, it's just too much.
So they describe the set as saying, follow Chandra Nalar as she races through the Omen Paths and across 3 planes of the multiverse, chasing victory for an incredible prize.
Oh,
Ooh.
3 planes.
It's only a death race if you die. I feel like this set used to be called Death Race.
I think that it probably
I feel like we talked about it as it was called that before.
Or maybe they just pitched it that way.
It could be.
I don't know if they ever titled it that, because I think that would be a bad title.
It is it goes hard.
It goes hard, but I think that they referred to it as like Death Race.
Okay, yeah. So this is Aetherdrift, whatever.
Yeah.
Coming out on Valentine's Day next year.
Then we have Tarkir Dragonstorm.
All right, how excited are you to go back to Tarkir?
Oh, so excited. I am very, very excited to go back to Tarkir.
Yeah, you love Tarkir.
And we know we're going to see our friend Eugene.
Eugene is back!
Eugene, it's been a while.
We saw some art they revealed of Eugene, kind of looking like Hamlet doing the York speech.
Yes, he really does look like he's a last poor Yorick.
Yeah. You ever Yorking?
He's doing what we commonly call in the theater business Yoricking.
If you're ever giving a speech and you have your hand like outstretched like this.
Outstretched like this, you're
You're
Yoricking.
Yoricking. Yeah.
We all Yorick every once in a while.
Every once in a while, it can't be helped.
Yeah.
Dragons take flight across the skies of Tarkir, each flap of their wings ripping through the Omen Paths. Geez, do they want to get rid of these Omen Paths or what?
Yeah.
People are just tearing butt through them. Join one of the 5 resurgent clans of Tarkir as they strike back against this threat to the multiverse.
Oh, all right. So it sounds like maybe all the dragons are going to one place, because they're like, I will say that if all of the dragons got together from all of the planes across Magic in one spot and we're like, let's take over, could you stop them?
No.
I'm going to say no.
Sarkin is going to be back in this set too.
Of course he is.
You got to have it. It's not Tarkir.
I bet Narcissus
that's
is going to be
Sarkin.
there too.
Probably.
I hope so.
So this one is coming out on April 11th, 2025. And people very excited for that one too. Aetherdrift looks cooler to me though, but that's
wow. All right.
Just because I don't
you
know.
can be the Aetherdrift and I'll be the Tarkir.
You can be the Tarkir.
I'll be the Dragonstorm.
Okay, up next, Final Fantasy is coming out on June 13th, 2025.
Ooh, a lot of people are really psyched about this. I don't know much about Final Fantasy. I will say that, frankly, it is deeply intimidating to try and learn about, because there is a lot of it.
There's probably just a bag of lore.
But I am very happy for all of the people who really love Final Fantasy, because this seems very cool and like a big win.
I know 0 about Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Legit nothing. So they're saying you'll see your favorite characters like Cloud, Terra, Lightning, and Noctis.
Great.
I don't know what that means.
Air, Earth, Electricity, darkness.
And heart. I wish my name was Cloud. That's pretty sick.
Oh, I guess I would go from these. I'd go with Terra.
From the iconic Chocobo.
No, I don't want to be named Terra.
To the terrifying behemoth. What's a Chocobo?
I'll be named Noctis.
Okay, you can be Noctis.
All right, you can be Cloud.
I don't know what the heck that means. Are we right, listeners? Let us know. But yes, this is coming out. This is,
Yeah. Again, if you love it, congratulations. I'm very happy for you. It does look cool.
It does. It looks
Nice.
BA, but
Yeah.
that's all I can say about it.
I hope that people who like Final Fantasy like it.
This one, though, is the one I'm personally most excited for.
Okay, this one I'm also most excited for. I think a lot of people are really freaking psyched for Edge of Eternities.
Edge of Eternities. It's a space set, everybody. Finally, my dreams are coming true.
Yes.
Yay.
Wow, Mark Rosewater told you to your face that we couldn't have a set in the Blind Eternities.
Well, what about setting it on the edge of the Eternities, Mark?
How about that? Checkmate.
He figured it out. I wonder, was any part of me in his mind when he made this set?
Oh, yeah.
Because that was what I asked for all the time. Anyway, the tagline here is Magic ventures into science fantasy with Edge of Eternities, exploring what lies beyond the known multiverse. Harness the advanced technology of the Sothera system as forces vie for cosmic power.
Tezzeret is in this art and looks really cool.
Super cool.
This art for Chris Rawlis.
We're going to get so much cool space art in this set.
This art looks really, really
Nebulas,
good.
stars, suns, planets. I can't be more
Bring
excited.
back the galactic foil treatment, you cowards.
Oh, they better.
They better bring back those spacek lands.
Oh my God.
Everyone calm down.
I can't calm down. I can't calm down. Okay, very cool.
Spacek lands.
Then next up, we don't have a date for this one, but it is Spider-Man. So this would be the first Marvel collaboration that we have been talking about. They said they were going to do 2, I want to say, major Marvel sets. And it looks like Spider-Man is first on the docket.
All right, Maria, if you think Spider-Man first, who second?
X-Men.
Oh, I think X-Men's a pretty good guess.
Yeah, the universe is so big, you know what I mean? Like, that they have so much to draw from. Spider-Man, I suppose, is also pretty big, universe-wise, and is also in the zeitgeist. We have Spider-Man's movies coming out and all that, you know? So
there's some of, you know what, I will be honest, I'm not a huge Marvel person. It's just like, it's just a lot for me. I like, I'm a classic. I like some of the outlet. Like I like Black Panther. Sure. But I also love Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I mean, that movie
excellent.
And the second one is so good.
Yeah.
They're so good. Even if you're not a cartoons person, like an animated movie person, even if you're not a Marvel person, I highly recommend.
I bet
Into
we get a bunch of Spider-Mans in this set. You know what I mean?
So many Spider-Mans.
I bet we do, because there's so many Spider-Mans in the Spider-Man's movies that maybe we're just getting a bunch of Spidermans.
Spidermans.
You know?
Yeah.
It could be very fun.
I mean, a person can hope.
Yeah.
Spidermans.
And then the final one that is up is TBA, Unannounced Universes Beyond. So another Universes Beyond coming up there to round out the year. And that's what we know about 2025 so far.
Yeah.
So
if you're like, wow, 6 major sets, that's a lot.
It is.
Yes.
And plus the remastered, Innistrad remastered.
Oh, yeah. 7.
The one thing that people were talking about with this is the fact that there are 3 Universes Beyond included in 2025.
Yeah.
With Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, and the unannounced one.
Yeah.
And people being, pretty sad about that because they love Magic lore and the intellectual property that Magic has built over 30 years.
Yeah.
And continues to build, quite honestly, with,
That's very legit.
Like Bloomburrow and Duskmorn, etc.
Oh, Duskmorn is so good.
And, I think that is a totally fine way to feel about it. Yeah. That's just how,
Here is my thought.
Yeah.
Which is, this is saying from the top, if you are accepting that there are going to be 6 sets a year, which is a baseline fact that I have a problem accepting.
There's a set every 2 months.
Yes, I think that is too many.
And one more if you're counting. I mean, there's going to be extra stuff in here, I'm sure.
I think that is too many sets. That is my personal opinion.
It's a lot.
That is, many people have echoed that sentiment, is that 6 is simply too many. But if you accept that, hey, if someone internally was like, if Chris Cox on his Hasbro throne,
I hope he has a throne.
Was like, there must be 6 sets a year, which I do believe he said something akin to that.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, we need to make 6 sets a year. I do then think that it's reasonable to say we can fully flesh out and build to the best of our capabilities 3 Magic universes in that time. It makes sense to me to say 3 will come from existing properties.
I see what you're saying.
Right? Because it's like, if someone said to you, you have to make 6 sets a year, and you're like, all 6 need to be my own creative IP.
Yeah.
Like Magic IP, every single time it needs to be a new one, or it needs to be like an innovation of an older one. Then I think that you are really draining people.
Well, that brings me to another point about it.
Right? Like, that is the point at which I would say you are going to start to see problems with what is happening.
You're going to see Walls, the set. It's a bunch of walls.
Walls.
The new plane.
We're going to go to the plane. Wall.
What's there?
Wall.
I don't know, it's a bunch of walls.
Big wall.
I mean, okay, so here's the other thing about this.
Yes.
That is going to tie into all this, okay?
And like I said, that's starting from it saying we have to have 6 sets, which I think is the baseline problem.
Okay.
But
yeah.
if you're going to have to do it, it makes sense to me to supplement.
Sure.
Okay.
I understand this argument.
Go for it.
It is the fact that all of these sets now, this is a change, are going to be going into standard.
Yes, that's the big thing.
So Universes Beyond, before, when we had the big release, Lord of the Rings, it was only modern, went into modern, didn't go into standard, okay?
No.
So now, starting with Final Fantasy, we are going into standard. And the reason they have this change, so Spider-Man will be in standard, Final Fantasy will be in standard, etc., is because they said it was too confusing for people who are trying to understand what's legal where, which I 100% agree with. Yeah. It was too confusing.
They're like, there will essentially be like 3 streams of product.
Yeah.
There will be into standard, which is basically everything.
Yep.
There will be Commander only product.
Yep.
Which, guess what, goes into Commander.
What?
And then, there's like some specific kind of product,
Pioneer Masters,
Innistrad Remastered. Like, I would call those like Masters and Remastered sets.
Yes, correct. And we do have Pioneer Masters, I think, in here somewhere too.
Oh, that's right.
So,
or is that only coming to Arena?
Maybe it's only coming to Arena. Anyway, my point being is that is making for an absolutely enormous standard environment.
Yes.
That is what worries me the most, because I got some numbers from the internet here. Yeah. All right. So standard has been, growing steadily over the years. Used to be rather small. From Time Spiral Lorwyn, which had 3 large sets, 5 small sets, and a core set, which was 1,300 cards. 1,300 unique cards, I should say. And then once we get into this, which is 3 full years of 6 large sets, plus Foundations, which we mentioned, which is going to be legal for a long time. Yeah. Standard will be over 5,000 cards. Wow. That is huge. Huge. Standard currently has 2,600 unique cards in it, and we're only 2 sets into this rotation. Okay. So I just want to put that on your radar as what we're thinking about here. And the fact that you mentioned, burnout for the people who work at Wizards. I want to think about what that means for the play design team who is trying to design for a balanced standard format. Yeah. I think that because of this, I really hope Hasbro is giving Wizards of the Coast the resources that it needs to be able to devote time and energy into this.
If you had 4 sets a year in the past and you're adding 2, talking about new ones specifically. If you had 4 and you're adding 2, you need to be increasing your team size by 50%.
I agree.
That is the only reasonable thing to do.
But think about it.
And guess what? That seems like almost certainly they will not give them.
No, because
they're going to ask probably the same size team of people.
Remember what happened?
50%
at Christmas last year? They
more.
Fired so many people.
Yes.
And now here they are like, I think they'll probably hire 1 or 2, but they
need to, again, just based on that, increase, your team should increase by 50%.
So that, to me, is my personal biggest
I think that's a really reasonable
worry
concern.
About it. As far as the stuff with the IP goes, like I mentioned, if you're upset about it, I 100% think that's legit and that's okay for you to be sad. But I personally am not bothered by it. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see how I feel. Yeah. about when my Spider-Man blocks my weird Aetherdrift vehicle and be like, does this feel weird to me? It might.
I'm also okay with being like, do you know what? Is the Final Fantasy world probably some plane of the multiverse?
Yeah, sure.
Whatever.
Yeah. That's how I'm going to think about it.
I think that, like I said, for me, I honestly have no strong opinion on universes beyond IP. I think I loved Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
It was a really cool
great.
set, and I liked that IP, so it was easier for me to like, I think.
Yes.
For me, it's that I don't like 6 sets a year. And for me, it is, I am accepting that there will be other
6
IP.
standard sets.
6 standard sets a year. I am accepting that there will be other IP because it just makes fundamental sense to me, saying you cannot ask people to build completely new fantasy stories 6 times a year.
I said a line a long time ago on this show. Who remembers? Raise your hand. Of what I said when Magic will have gone too far with universes beyond.
What? Oh yeah, I remember. I remember.
I set my line at Family Guy.
Family Guy. I think that's a really strong line. I think that's a good line. Well, we know that there's going to be. They said that there's going to be a SpongeBob secret lair,
but
which I am excited about.
I don't count secret lair.
SpongeBob is very funny, and I think it's going to make a very funny secret lair.
Is this a hot take? I don't count secret lair. I'm like, do whatever the heck you want with secret lair.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't care.
No,
because
you're right about that.
They're just reprints, and they're or like an extra weird card for Commander or something. I don't care. Secret Lair can do whatever it wants.
Okay.
This is a little bit different to me. Like if there was a full SpongeBob set, I would guess I would be like, all right. But maybe I'd be fine with it too. SpongeBob is kind of cool.
I think it'd be kind of funny.
But yeah. So I don't know. We're in a brave new world as far as this stuff goes. People I think were upset a lot. A lot of the reason they were upset too was because people would say, "Hey, if you don't like it, you don't have to play with it. You don't have to buy the Lord of the Rings. If you don't want to, you don't have to play Modern."
Yeah.
In this case, they're like, well, I can't escape it anymore.
Yeah.
There it is. I have to put it in my deck. I have to see my opponent play it. All of that, which I totally get.
I get it.
I will say that Wizards kind of couches this by saying, hey, like maybe you don't like it, but our data shows that more people like this. And because it sells so great, like Lord of the Rings was their best-selling set of all time, I think, like they're going to keep moving in that direction if that's what the data is giving them. So, okay. I still think that Wizards is propping up Hasbro,
Yeah.
Oh, and
I don't think that that's a thing. I think that we know that, right? Like that has been shown through financial reports.
So I just really hope that they are giving the team what they need to be able to accomplish these things that they want from them.
Give that team what they need.
Give that team what they need. The other big change that we learned about besides all of this, that's right, we're not done, is we now have a change to combat.
Yes.
That's right. And the rule set for the first time in a long time.
Yeah. That you don't order blockers.
Yeah. So they made this change because they thought it was too complicated. It's too many clicks on Arena for the way that damage is assigned or dealt with, rather. So, how you order blockers back in the day. Somebody would attack you and you'd double block, and then the person who attacked would order the blockers in which order they wanted to deal combat damage to them. Now, instead of that, it's just not going to be a thing. No more ordering. You're just going to assign your damage, 4 points of damage to this one, 2 points of damage to this one. That's what it is. And there is no responding to that. So you can't play a pump spell to be like, ha, got you, sucker. You assigned this one first and now it lives. Haha. That doesn't happen anymore. So combat tricks are, basically non-existent on defense now, which
they're not non-existent, but they got a lot worse. They got worse.
A lot worse.
Yeah.
But if people would argue if you're using them defensively, it's not the best use of them anyway. Whatever. And it gets rid of that bad feels gotcha moment.
Yeah.
Makes attacking better than blocking, which I think I've noticed a shift in the design philosophy towards creature combat.
What?
And towards attacking.
Limited's been more aggro?
Yeah. But Megan, you are someone who is a blocking fan.
I am a blocking fan.
So I want to know what you think about this.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
It'll be fine. We'll adapt to it. We were talking to some old school players this past weekend. They were like, talk about when damage was removed from the stack. Now that was people being mad. And I'm like, what?
Okay.
So I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
I am all for making the game less difficult to get into for people, as long as it doesn't break the fundamental things we love about it, which I wouldn't argue this does not.
Yeah.
So that is 2025, and the big major changes which were announced at MagicCon Vegas.
Next episode, we will be talking about foundations.
Yes.
And some of the cards that we have seen previewed in it.
Yeah. Very excited. A lot of people think foundation looks super sweet. So
It does look cool. I really like foundations. It looks very, you know what? You want classic magic? It looks
Here it is.
very classic
This is classic magic.
So let's get into it next week.
That's this episode of Good Luck High Five, friends and families. I made several words one right there. We had a great time hanging out with you. Once again, thanks to everybody who said hi in Vegas.
Yes. Thank you again to new patron Mostly Jank says go vote.
Go
and
vote.
Megan and Maria say go vote
Go
also.
vote. It'll be so
Go
fun.
vote.
Yeah,
Go vote.
We would love to see your voting selfies too.
Oh, we want to see your voting selfies. And we want to see your voting stickers.
Thank you to our sponsors, Card Kingdom. You can check them out at cardkingdom.com/GLHF. Dragon Shield for all of your dragony needs. Check them out at the link in the show notes or underneath this video. Use code GLHF at checkout for 5% off. Thank you to Tarmogoyf for having them pickle abs, you know?
Abs.
Them great looking pickle abs. Oh, these tokens smell good too.
That's a weird thing to do.
Hey man, people smell magic cards all the time. Don't even with me.
All right.